I'm Danny. This is Asha. We're two Kiwis who, after 5 years living in London, bought a sailboat called Bacchus and set off on an adventure to sail home to New Zealand. We sailed the south coast of England, the Atlantic coast of France, Spain and Portugal, the Canary Islands, and then all 19 days across the Atlantic Ocean to the paradise of Barbados. We spent 6 months exploring some of the beautiful islands in the Caribbean, got a little waylaid by a global pandemic, and are now continuing our voyage home. Follow us on our adventure. In our last episode, we finished our quarantine and started becoming a part of the Shelter Bay Marina community, which we are incredibly grateful for and could not have asked for a better place to be locked down for Corona. What's going on, Asha?
We might be having some rowing races in the marina. So Waka Waka's going to have her first competitive outing as a racing boat.
Whoa!
Bit exciting.
Right. Here they come.
Why? They were so good.
Is there somebody kayaking?
Yeah, this is.
What the fuck? That's not fair. No.
Go, 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 go!
Woo! Woohoo!
Woo! We are the winners!
That's number 1. Yay! And then it's the second coming up.
Here comes second place, Waka Waka! Woo!
Then it's a Bakus.
I thought I might be able to challenge you, but no chance.
Third place!
We are off on a bamboo hunt today. We're going to go into the bush behind the marina here and try to find us a nice stick of bamboo. And we're going to try and make some steps on our shrouds so that when we get to the Pacific and we're trying to negotiate these little reef passes, one of us can climb up a bit higher and get a bit of a bird's eye view. Should help us be able to see the coral.
And very hot and sticky.
Pwah, it's super hot and sticky. I'm sweating already.
Happy with your piece of bamboo, Asha?
Very happy.
Good.
Very happy.
Let's hope we don't have any termites.
Yeah, we're going to have to work out how to treat this. I don't want to take it back onto the boat. We're cutting it at the wrong time. You're meant to cut bamboo just after the full moon and not at the end of the dry season.
Yeah, at the end of the wet season is supposed to be the best time, I think.
Yeah, and that's to do with your risk of getting termites or bugs or whatever. So we're not going to take this back to the boat yet. We'll take it to the workshop at the marina and we'll cut it to length and we'll think about how we treat it. I'd like to try and, if I can find a big enough bath, soak it in vinegar or something. Or I don't know, build a little tent around it and then burn a mosquito coil inside it or something to try and kill the bugs. Oh man, the bugs are just horrendous though. They're so thick.
First thing, I guess we should probably tidy up the bamboo.
Yeah.
and then cut our...
Decide where we're going to cut it. So these are going to be our steps going up the shrouds. Hopefully they'll let us get a bit of view as we go into some of these places.
What are we doing here?
So we've just put our bits of bamboo, we're just putting them in a bath with a bit of bleach, and it's just to try and make sure that there's no bugs in there. So
Die buggies.
any little termites or other nasties, I would hope will be taken care of by that bleachy water.
Alright, how long should we let that sit then?
I
Bleachy
reckon we
water?
want to give it at least 24 hours.
Okay, cool. And that's us on the ladder for the day.
Yep. Just put it there like that. Put that there like that. Yeah.
Have you got here, Daddy?
I've got an air conditioning unit. It's very big. I don't know if it'll fit on our boat.
That is a monster. So it's been a bit hot recently, eh?
It's been so hot. It's just unbearably hot here. There's no wind and it's so humid. I think the humidity is like 75% or something crazy. So we got an aircon unit, which we never thought we'd do. But hopefully this will keep us cool.
It looks like
fit.
it could refrigerate a walk-in chiller. So
Yeah.
excellent. And you got an extension cord.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to see. I'll have to check our power.
Yeah.
We've got it to fit.
It's running. Oh, it's so hot outside and inside.
It's ridiculous. But this little puppy, or not so little puppy, hopefully
Might be our saving grace.
it's going to be the game changer. We've not stopped sweating for days.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm just going to stand here.
Yeah, you just stand there.
It's really good. It's nice and cold. Oh, I love it.
Best $150 you've spent.
Best $150 I've spent.
So it's May the 29th. And a few things have changed here at Shelter Bay Marina over the last week. We always said that by the end of May we would have a plan for the 1st of June, but we're still not there yet. We still haven't made a decision, but we're coming up close. We've got about 2 days left of the month. This week in the marina, firstly they've started letting workers come in from the city, so that means that we're no longer in our own little bubble, and we've all had to start wearing masks as we walk around the marina. Obviously outside the boat we're fine, but whenever we walk around we've got to wear masks. And as of Monday we'll actually be allowed to go into town ourselves, which is really exciting news because we've been in Shelter Bay for the whole 4 weeks we've been in Panama.
Not been in a town for ages since Curacao, so
that's
cool.
exciting, but it also means we're at risk now. We're going to be around a lot of people, a lot of corona, and we could potentially catch it if we're not too careful. And just like us, being the end of the month deadline for a decision, a lot of boats in the marina have also made their decisions, and yesterday 3 boats, 2 Kiwi boats and a Swiss boat, they went through the canal and they're heading to French Polynesia, and the New Zealand boats back home. So.
You too. See you soon.
And we really have to make up our mind.
Yeah.
But we just keep oscillating between our 2 plans, and there are benefits and there are risks with each plan, and we're just not ready to commit to either one yet.
Yeah. Yeah, the attraction of heading towards French Polynesia is pretty strong right now. It's very hot here, it's very buggy, and it doesn't look like Central and South America are going to be much fun to travel in over the next few months while they deal with Corona. However, the downside is that it would mean the end of our trip, and we perhaps don't get to see the places that we want to see if French Poly remains quite tightly controlled. If we stay for a whole nother season, it means that next season we'll probably have a fantastic time in the Pacific, because I would expect it will all be open again by then. However, that means we've got almost a year to kill here in Central America, at a time when tourists aren't particularly welcome, places aren't open, and there's this ever-present risk of getting a very serious illness that can kill you. So it's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've just been working away on the boat, a whole lot of little jobs, getting them done while we wait it out, and socialising with the group here, which has been really nice. But yeah, we're hoping to haul the boat out next week. If we make the decision to go through to French Polynesia, we need to anti-foul the bottom of the boat. So we're sort of putting all the pieces in place to haul out next week and do an anti-foul, and head off in the next couple of weeks. Whether that happens or not, yet to decide. But for now, Waka Waka's getting a little bit of love. So we did the bottom of the rails yesterday, and Ash is working on the top of the rails today.
These rails first had a hard time. Also, we never put enough coats on because we get lazy. So we'll try and do a few extra coats this time. It'll last a little bit longer.
Decided to oil instead of varnishing the steps. So I'm just using some linseed oil. I'm just going to wipe it all over. Because we use the bleach to kill any bugs, the actual bamboo wood has come out quite white as well. But the oil is sort of making it go a nice yellowy colour again.
Smells great too.
It does smell really good.
This is one of those boat jobs where I have to choose between being able to see what I'm doing with my head in the hole, or being able to actually do it with my hands in the hole. So you have to sort of work blind. I'm just putting a backing plate on our aft mooring cleat, which is over here, just to reinforce it a bit. Beneteau, in their wisdom, just put washers on the back of their mooring cleats, and I'm concerned as we go through the canal that there will be too much load. So I've cut some stainless steel plate that I found here at Shelter Bay, and I'm just bolting it onto the back of the cleat. Bolting it on blind, as it were. It's on.
Got it?
Yeah.
job.
I'm just gonna do them up.
So you don't need to have eyes.
Who needs eyes?
Who needs eyes? You think about that guy who's sailed across the Atlantic and he's only got one arm, eh?
Whoa.
All
Man.
these types of jobs must be so tough for him.
Gosh, yeah.
One arm.
Imagine. Yeah. Oh, I struggle with 2 arms. I still feel like I need a third most of the time.
I'm cranky.
What's happening to the sourdough, Danny?
I'm cranky because it's really hard to make sourdough in this weather. And this has just turned to crap. And this is not what a sourdough is supposed to look like. And all the advice online tells me to do these things, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work in this humidity, and it doesn't work on a boat. And this is just going to be a pizza base.
Did you hear that, sourdough? You're going to be a pizza base. Trouble in paradise.
Can't see me smiling because I've got my mask on, but we are off to the supermarket. It's our first time leaving the marina since we arrived, so we're quite excited. But we're heading in to do some grocery shopping, and it'll be our first look at Panama outside of Shelter Bay Marina. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about seeing somewhere new, but also a little bit nervous because Panama's had a lot of cases of corona and we certainly don't want to catch it or bring it back to the marina. So we're going to have to be really, really careful out there today. Make sure we get lots of hand sanitizer and don't get too close to people. But it'll be nice to get a change of scene and see what Colon looks like.
So big.
And she just jumped out on the bridge.
Yeah. Excellent.
Thank you. Pouring down with rain, but we're going to disinfect it all, take all the labels off, and then put it on the boat, so hopefully any bugs don't come on to back it.
No Rona allowed. So Danny and I are on board Tula, and we're going to help them go through the canal today. So it's quite exciting. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we've all just woken up, and we're anchored out the front of Shelter Bay. So we're just waiting for the advisor to come and join us, the pilot, and then we're going to link up with 2 other boats and start our transit through the canal. Really exciting.
How are you feeling this morning, Yana?
Oh, I'm really, really excited, I must say. I have a very strong coffee and I'm ready to go. Now just the guy called and said, oh, he's going to be 1 hour later. He could have told me yesterday evening.
Right.
Yeah.
Been up since 3 and now we've got to wait an extra hour.
Right, and we had like maybe 2.5, 3 hours of sleep, but... And Ilya, how are you doing?
Ilya, you look ready to go.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm ready to go, but it's postponed, so I would have a small nap.
You're not going to nap after that coffee. Okay, so the time is 6 o'clock. The advisor has boarded and we've all been briefed on our jobs. The lines are all set up. Coffee's been made and we're making our way up to the bridge here.
We hope we can be out there in the Pacific like around
So
4 p.m.
shortly we will be rafting up with the other two boats, and then we'll let the big ship go into the lock first and we'll follow them in and tie up. It's exciting. As exciting as it is going through the canal, it can also be quite a nerve-wracking experience for the skipper going through in a raft of 3 yachts. There is so much force coming through the water in the locks that lines can slip and boats can and have crashed into the walls. For this reason, there is a specific procedure for transiting, and the advisor aboard takes everyone through it. We'll show you in more detail what this procedure is in our own transit video, but it's safe to say we had a fantastic experience going through as line handlers for Tula, and it was a nice easy transit with no issues. It was a beautiful sunny day and we made it to the Pacific side just before sunset. It was also a bit of an emotional morning the next day, as we said goodbye to our Corona family. Safe travels, Ilya and Yana. We hope to see you again soon.
So we came through the Panama Canal yesterday with Tula, and we're in Panama City today, and everything's still pretty closed from the lockdown, but the curfew has been lifted, so we can actually be out and about even though all the shops are closed. But we're just wandering around the old town. We've hired a driver to take us back to Shelter Bay eventually, but we're just having a bit of a look, and it's really pretty.
It's such a shame that we can't explore the city properly, because he's just been taking us around and showing us all the spots, and it does look like a really cool city to hang out in.
Yeah.
And maybe when we come back ourselves through the canal in a couple of weeks, more places will be open, but at the moment everything's closed. But it is a really cool looking city.
It's really beautiful.
And there's the Pacific, and there's the city.
Yeah. It's Panama City. Quite an amazing skyline.
We have to wear the masks. They've passed a law here, and it makes sense to wear them. There's a lot of cases of corona in Panama. It is everywhere, so
Very hot though,
it's bloody hot.
so slipping them off when we can.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
This is fresh ceviche from the fish market in Panama City.
One final stop before heading back to Shelter Bay Marina. Alcohol was still banned in Cologne, but our driver had a friend bootlegging in a barber shop. Behind these plastic black curtains was a whole bunch of rum and beer, so we bought enough to keep us going for a while.
So it's haul out day today. We finally got our hands on some anti-foul, which was a bit of a challenge here in coronavirus Panama. But we're going to come out of the water here at Shelter Bay and scrub the bottom and paint it and get ourselves all ready for the Pacific.
You hear that? Ready for the Pacific. We've made a decision. We are not going to hang around in the Central and South America, and we are going to go home via French Polynesia. So first job is we need a nice clean bottom so we can get across that ocean a bit quicker. Join us on our next episode as we haul Bacchus out of the water and stick her in the boatyard to get her all cleaned up for her upcoming Pacific leg. And we finally transit the Panama Canal. If you're enjoying these episodes and you're keen to throw us some support, head over to our Patreon page.